We are going to start our first editing assignment, and the task will be to create a no school for Friday and no school for Monday. So we are going to use Imovie, which is the purple star. If you don't have Imovie in your doc, you can just click on the Launchpad and then drag Imovie into your doc. The first thing we might need to do is maybe find some pictures. So I'm going to type in no school on Friday. And then we can go to images. And we have several pictures that we can use. Now I like this image a lot, but you can't use it because all of your images need to be over 300 by 300. So if you pulled this into Imovie, what would happen is it would stretch it sideways and stretch it vertically, and then it would be pixelated. So don't use that one. Now this one's okay because both of the numbers are over 300. This one again looks nice, but we can't use it because one of the numbers is under 300. This one's good, so I'll click on this one. So make sure you click on the thumbnail. If you don't click on the thumbnail, then your pictures will become pixelated. You're going to hit Control, so hold the Control button down and click on the picture and then say Save Image As, and it says No School, and you can save it to your desktop. And I would make a folder on your desktop. We are going to make a new folder on your desktop to keep all of your pictures in so your desktop stays organized. If you push the Control button down and hold it and then click with your mouse, a menu comes up. And then we will select New Folder. And I would call that Imovie Pics. Then we can take the picture that we had and drag it into the folder, and then that way everything stays organized. We also don't have school on Monday, so we'll say no school on Monday. Find the picture. And again, this one will not work because one of the numbers is under 300. I guess I'll take this one. So make sure you click on the thumbnail to make that picture bigger. You don't want to take the thumbnail because your picture will be pixelated or blurry. So push the Control button and click with your mouse and say Save Image As. And I would rename this No School on Monday. That way you know what your files are. If you go back and look, sometimes it's hard to know what they are if you don't name them properly. I will take my picture and drag it into the folder. Now we need to open up Imovie. So Imovie is the purple star. You're going to click on the star, and it will take a second to open because it needs to load. And then once you load it, you might see other people's projects that have already been loaded on it. Please just leave the projects and don't delete anything. Now that you're in Imovie, you might see an old project in here like I talked about. And you'll see these things over here, they're called events. So an event it's a folder that holds your pictures, and sometimes it holds your music. So you should have some events in there, but you should always make a new event for yourself so that you know where your files are. So I'm going to make sure that one of these is selected and it's blue, and then I'm going to say File, New Event, and then I'm going to call that No School. So now we have an event or a folder that says No School. To get the pictures in here, we can click on the arrow up here or the arrow here. Either one will import your media, and another word for media is pictures. Click on the desktop, and then you have your file, Imovie Pics. Double click, 1, 2. We have the No School on Monday, so select it and then come and hit Import Selected. And then you have No School and hit Import Selected. So that's easy enough. So now you can see that your pictures are in here. It's in the event called No School. So we're going to make a title. So you have My Media, Audio up here, Titles, Backgrounds, and Transitions. We'll go to Titles. And you can find a title. There's different ones. There's ones in the center. There's ones for the bottom. There's ones that kind of pop up. So just pick the title that you like. Select it and then drag it down into this gray space, which is called the timeline. Select your title and then come up here to the viewer screen, the little window up here, and then we'll put no school on Friday. Now let's make another title. So click on titles, find one that you like, drag it down into the gray box, which is called the timeline, and then double click on it and put no school on Monday. Click back on your media and then you can drag this down into the gray box, which is called the timeline. Now, just so you guys know, you can switch things around here. Again, I like it so that the title's first, and then the picture, and then the title, and then the picture. And you're done. That's all there is to this. Now, the next thing we need to do is export it out so that we can use this as a file. So this little arrow up here is called the share button. So you're going to say share, and you're going to export it as a file. And you're going to give it a name. I would put your name and no school. So that way I know when I see these files whose file it is. And then you're going to hit next. And you can see that it's saving onto the desktop. You can make it save into downloads. You can make it save into movies. You can do whichever works for you. I'll save it into movies right now. And you're going to hit save. This little white circle is going to start filling up. And when this little circle is all filled up and is completely white, that means that the project has exported. And then it will say share successful, so you can see that it got exported. And then I would like you to upload it into Google Classroom as a file. And later on I will show you a common area where I would like you to import all of your files so that my editor can access them. Well, have fun and ask if you have questions.